Have you ever felt like your life is standing still, even though you're doing your best to move forward? You think about changing something and you promise yourself that tomorrow will be different, but somehow you keep returning to the same place. The same patterns, the same exhaustion, the same quiet feeling of being stuck. But what if the reason you feel stuck in life isn't because you're weak, unmotivated, undisciplined, or doing something wrong? What if none of these negative things are true? What if the reason you feel stuck is because your body is still hanging on to something that your heart never had a chance to release? Something that settled deep inside you and quietly began shaping the way you move through the world. And what if the key to moving forward again isn't about pushing harder, but awakening something powerful within you? Awakening the energy within you that helps you release whatever you've been hanging on to. Something I like to call the fire horse. The same energy we explore in my free workshop, Back to the Garden of Eden, where I guide you through gentle practices to release what's been holding you back. And the link to my free workshop is in the description below. Hey, I'm Daniela, the vegan mom.
Hi, I'm Christina, a vegan girl.
And I'm also a homeschooling mom, a pianist and a musician, and a lifelong caregiver to my beautiful daughter, Christina.
That's me.
Yes, that's you. Christina is my absolute hero, and she inspires me every single day.
I love her.
You love me?
Yes.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, she's a gorgeous person.
Oh, I'm a gorgeous person.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
On this channel, we explore plant-based wellness, compassion for animals, the healing power of music, and the incredible wisdom we can learn from the horses and nature. This is a safe space to rest, restore, reconnect with yourself and the world around you, and to receive gentle guidance. For centuries, horses have stood beside humanity, not only as companions and partners, but also as powerful teachers. They show us what presence looks like. They show us what authentic energy feels like. And they reveal in their own way the truth about what we are carrying. Because most people walking through life today are not broken. They simply are carrying so much emotional weight that has never been given the opportunity or the space, the safe space, to move. And when that weight starts building up over time, life can begin to feel very heavy. And today I want to talk about this heaviness and the moment when something begins to shift. And the moment when the fire horse awakens movement again. Have you ever noticed that sometimes in life you feel completely stuck? And no matter what you do, you can't move forward? You want change, you want clarity, you want movement. But something inside you feels blocked. You might feel tired all the time. You might question your direction. Or you might carry a quiet frustration with yourself, wondering why things seem harder than they should. Our culture often tells us that the solution is simple. Work harder, push through, stay motivated. But real life rarely is that simple. Because the human body remembers experiences long after the moment has passed. Difficult conversations, stressful environments, loss and grief, disappointments, moments when we had to stay strong, even when something inside us was hurting. These experiences don't simply vanish, They leave impressions on our nervous system. They settle into the body like unspoken stories, waiting to be heard. And over time, these impressions and stories will accumulate into something that feels like resistance. Resistance to movement, resistance to risk, resistance to change, resistance to stepping fully into the life we want. One of the most fascinating things about the human body is that it is designed to protect us. When something overwhelming happens, the body sometimes stores the emotional charge so that we can continue functioning. In the moment, that's incredibly helpful. It allows us to keep going when life demands strength. But what begins as protection can eventually turn into a burden. Stored tension, unprocessed emotion, unspoken experiences. These things don't disappear just because we move on intellectually. They remain in the background like shadows, quietly shaping how we feel. That's why sometimes people look like they're doing everything right on the outside, yet inside they feel drained, stuck, or disconnected. The body isn't trying to sabotage them. The body is simply holding unfinished stories. Let's pause for a moment. I want you to breathe in for 4, hold for 4, and breathe out for 4. Okay, let's go. Exhale for 4. Okay, good. I want you to notice your body right now. Are your shoulders feeling tight? Is your jaw clenched? Is there a place in your chest or in your stomach that feels heavy? Most of us move through our days without noticing how much tension we carry. But the body notices, the body remembers. And sometimes what we call being stuck is really just the body asking for a chance to finally release what it has been holding. If you like to explore gentle, practical ways to support your body in letting go of tension and heaviness, I would like to invite you to my free workshop, Back to the Garden of Eating. In this workshop, I guide you through this kind of release safely and naturally, just like the body experiences when standing beside a horse. This is one of the reasons horses can be such powerful partners in healing. When we stand beside a horse, something changes. Breathing slows, the nervous system settles, and suddenly the body realizes it is safe to release and to let go. This is why the idea of the fire horse becomes so powerful. Across cultures, the horse has always represented strength, movement, and freedom. A horse embodies forward momentum. But fire symbolizes something different. Fire represents awakening, energy, transformation. The spark that brings life back to something that has grown still. When the two forces, the horse and the fire, come together, you get a very powerful metaphor for healing. The fire horse is not about aggression and forcing your way forward. It's about reigniting the life energy that allows movement to happen naturally. It's the moment when warmth returns to places that felt frozen. The moment when heaviness begins to loosen. The moment when something deep inside says, maybe it's time to move again. And this is exactly what we explore in my free workshop, Back to the Garden of Eating. Finding that spark within and turning it into gentle, natural movement in your life. And I will leave the link to my free workshop in the description below. Horses have a remarkable ability to support that process. Unlike humans, horses don't analyze our words. They don't judge our past. They respond only to what is real and present in the moment. They feel subtle changes in energy. They notice tension in our bodies. They recognize when someone is carrying emotional weight. And when people spend time around horses, something extraordinary happens. Breathing slows, the nervous system relaxes, defenses soften. And in that calmer state, the body sometimes begins releasing things it has been holding for years. Tears appear unexpectedly, clarity emerges, and old emotions finally find movement. This is why horses have become such powerful partners in healing work all around the world, helping people return to a place of honesty and presence. And if you would like to explore this kind of gentle, transformative release yourself, then I would like to invite you to my free workshop, Back to the Garden of Eden, where I will guide you through the same principles. And I will leave the link to my free workshop in the description below. When the process of letting go and transformation begins, life starts to feel very different. Energy returns, ideas become more clear, and the future no longer feels like a closed door. Instead of pushing against resistance, people begin moving with a new sense of alignment. And often they realize something very surprising. They were never really stuck. They were simply waiting for the moment when the weight they were carrying could begin to shift. The fire horse represents that moment. The moment when the body feels safe enough to release. The moment when movement begins again. I want to pause for a moment and ask you something. Is there anything in your life that feels heavy right now? Something that you've been carrying quietly for a very long time? Maybe it's stress that built up slowly over the years. Maybe it's disappointment you never had time to process. Maybe it's simply the exhaustion of always being the strong one. Whatever it is, you are not alone. And the good news is that heaviness does not have to define your future. Sometimes all it takes is the right environment, the right support, the right spark. One thing that I have learned through my work is that healing rarely comes through just one single change. Healing is synergetic. Just like you can't water one flower in your garden and expect your entire garden to bloom. To have a beautiful garden, you need sunshine, good soil, fertilizer, enough water. Real transformation happens when we support the whole body. Body, mind, and spirit. Nourish your body with living, plant-based foods. Show compassion toward the animals who are sharing our planet. Awaken the healing powers of music and horses. Move your body to build the strength you need every day. When those elements begin to come back into alignment, something remarkable happens. You will regain wellness, vitality, and strength. Your thinking becomes more clear, and the process of emotional healing becomes much easier. This understanding that true healing and transformation come from supporting the whole body is exactly what inspired me to create my free workshop, Back to the Garden of Eden. In this workshop, we take the same principles you just explored with a fire horse, awareness, presence, gentle release, and realignment, and bring them into your daily life. You see, the fire horse reminds us of something powerful. Movement in life doesn't begin with force. Sometimes it begins with warmth, with awareness, with a quiet courage to release what we've been carrying. And when that release begins, something remarkable happens. Energy returns, clarity comes back, and the path forward begins to open. But the healing doesn't just happen in one area of life. It happens when we begin supporting the whole person, our thoughts, our emotions, our environment, and the way we nourish our bodies. And that is why I created my free workshop, Back to the Garden of Eating. In this workshop, I guide you through a simple but powerful approach to healing that reconnects us with the foundations we were always meant to live by. Through mindset, music, movement, plant-based nourishment, and compassion for animals, we begin returning to a way of living that supports both personal well-being and the well-being of the world around us. And if you are ready to explore that path, I want to invite you to join me. The link to my free workshop is in the description below, and I would love to walk that journey with you. And remember this, feeling stuck does not mean that your journey has ended. It may simply mean that something inside you has been waiting for the moment when the fire horse awakens movement again. If this message spoke to you, please like this message and subscribe to my channel. It will really help to get the message out there. Together, we're building a community of healing, compassion, and the wisdom of horses. Please like and subscribe and become part of our vegan tribe. And until next time, may the fire horse awaken the energy within you. Trust the movement that is already waiting inside, and step boldly into your own way of healing. Bye for now.